So, you're thinking about switching your cat to wet food, but you're not sure how to go about it without dealing with refusal, frustration, or a full-on feline protest. Maybe you've tried before and your cat turned their nose up at the new food. Or maybe you've been feeding dry kibble for years, and now you're wondering if it's time for a change. Either way, you're not alone. The truth is, switching your cat to wet food can absolutely be done, without stress, without guesswork, and without turning mealtime into a daily battle. You just need to understand your cat's perspective, take it one step at a time, and approach the change like a gentle shift, not a hard reset. Let's walk through exactly how to make this transition properly, and why it matters more than most cat owners realize. Let's start with the obvious question: why switch to wet food at all? For starters, cats are obligate carnivores, which means their bodies are built to thrive on moisture-rich, meat-heavy diets. In the wild, they'd get most of their water from prey. But dry food? It's only about 10% moisture. That's not enough hydration, especially for cats who don't naturally drink a lot of water. Over time, a lack of moisture can lead to problems like urinary tract issues, kidney disease, constipation, or chronic dehydration. Wet food, on the other hand, typically contains about 70 to 80% moisture. That's much closer to what their bodies are designed for. On top of that, wet food is generally higher in protein and lower in carbohydrates. That's especially important for overweight cats, senior cats, or those with sensitive stomachs. It can help with weight control, digestion, and overall energy levels. So yeah, there are real benefits. But that doesn't mean you can just throw out the kibble and expect your cat to cheerfully lap up the new stuff. Cats don't work that way. So here's where we begin. Step 1 is patience. Cats are creatures of habit. They're incredibly sensitive to changes in routine, smell, and texture. If they've been eating the same dry food every day for months or years, anything new is going to seem suspicious. That's completely normal. So don't try to make the switch overnight. It's not about flipping a switch, it's more like slowly opening a door. Start by introducing a small amount of wet food next to their usual dry food. This isn't about replacing a meal yet. It's just about letting them see it, smell it, and maybe take a curious lick. Don't stress if they ignore it. That's part of the process. Do this for a few days. Keep their environment calm, no pressure. Let them get used to the idea that this new thing is part of their world now. Now, while you're in this introduction phase, step 2 is choosing the right wet food. And this part matters more than most people think. Some cats prefer a paste texture. Others like chunks, shreds, or gravy. Some prefer chicken, some prefer fish. The smell, the consistency, even the temperature, all of it plays a role. Don't be discouraged if your cat doesn't love the first thing you put down. Try different varieties. Small cans or sample packs are great for this. Look for food that lists real, named meat as the first ingredient, like chicken, salmon, or turkey. Avoid vague ingredients like meat by product or anything with added sugars. If your cat is older or has dental issues, a softer texture like a smooth paste may be easier for them to handle. And if they're already picky, starting with a flavor that resembles their dry food, like chicken or turkey, can help bridge the gap. Okay, so now your cat is familiar with the wet food, and maybe they've even taken a few bites. Now it's time for step 3, mixing gradually. Take a teaspoon of wet food and mix it into their regular dry kibble. Not too much, just enough to blend the scent and texture. You want them to eat the mixture without hesitation. Once that's working, slowly increase the amount of wet food and reduce the dry. Over the course of 1 to 2 weeks, you can flip the ratio, so it's mostly wet food with a little dry mixed in, then eventually just wet food. If your cat hesitates at any stage, pause. Go back a step, then try again. Every cat is different. Some will make the switch in 5 days, others might take a month. The key is consistency and patience. Now let's talk about step 4. Use meal timing to your advantage. If your cat is free-fed, meaning they have dry food available all day, it's going to be harder to get them interested in new food. Why? Because they're never really hungry. Switching to timed feedings. 2 or 3 meals per day will help your cat develop a healthy hunger cycle. When food isn't always available, they become more motivated to eat what's offered. That includes new food. Start by putting down meals at the same time every day and removing uneaten food after 20 to 30 minutes. Don't worry, your cat won't starve. They'll quickly adjust to the routine. A slightly hungry cat is much more open to new textures, smells, and flavors, especially when they trust that you're not trying to trick them. Step 5 is about making wet food more appealing. Sometimes, a small tweak can make a big difference. If your cat turns up their nose at cold food, try warming it up slightly. Just a few seconds in the microwave can bring out the aroma and make it more tempting. Test the temperature with your finger. It should be lukewarm, not hot. You can also try adding a little warm water or low-sodium chicken broth to loosen the texture and create a gravy. Some cats love that. If they're still unsure, sprinkle a few of their favorite freeze-dried meat treats on top. Or mix in a few pieces of kibble to ease the transition. Slowly reduce the toppings over time. It's not about tricking them, it's about helping them feel comfortable and safe with the new food. That's what builds trust. Now, let's say your cat is still being difficult. That's okay. Some cats just take longer. Make sure you're feeding in a quiet space. No dogs barking, no kids running around. Cats prefer calm when they eat. Don't hover. Let them explore the food at their own pace. If they skip a meal or two, don't panic, but keep an eye on them. A healthy cat can go 24 hours without eating and bounce back. But if your cat refuses food for longer than that, or starts losing weight, it's time to talk to your vet. There may be an underlying health issue at play. Also, if your cat has a history of medical issues or is on medication, check with your vet before making any big dietary changes. Wet food is generally safe and even beneficial, but every cat's needs are different. Once the transition is complete and your cat is eating mostly or fully wet food, you'll likely start seeing some subtle changes. Their water bowl won't need refilling as often. That's good. Wet food hydrates them naturally. You might also notice their coat becoming shinier, their energy more stable, and their bathroom habits improving. Smaller, less odorous stools are a common sign that the food is being digested more efficiently. Monitor their weight, keep up with regular vet checkups, and continue feeding at the same times each day. Consistency helps your cat feel safe, and that makes all the difference. Switching your cat to wet food isn't just about nutrition, it's about respecting their instincts, habits, and comfort. And when you approach it with care, your cat will not only adapt, they'll thrive. If this helped you feel more confident about feeding your cat better, subscribe for more realistic, no-nonsense cat care tips. And let us know, are you planning to make the switch? Or have you done it already? Drop your experience in the comments. We'd love to hear what worked for you. Thanks for watching, and give your cat a scratch under the chin for us. They deserve it.